Hey, what's up, everybody? Hopefully, there's somebody here. We had all kinds of time mix-ups today, but what's going on? My name is Mike Thompson, and welcome to the ZBrush live stream uh, here. Let's just see if anybody's in here real quick. Let's see. Hey, anyone here? Question mark. Let's see if anybody says anything. I'm just going to give it a second before I get into this. Could have like a viewership of one. I don't know. Anyone? Okay. Get this off. I know it was super confusing. And I just need one person to let me know they're in here. Just need some. Not live on YouTube. Okay. Oh, there you go. Just got the notes from Facebook. All right. All right. Michael J. Ross is in here. Might take a minute. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna start talking while we're waiting on this. 26 live now. Excellent. All right, cool. All right, so we got some folks in here now. Hey everybody, welcome to the ZBrush live stream. I'm Mike Thompson, and I haven't been here in a little while. So hey, I hope you all had a great new year and celebrated a holiday and had some good stuff. I'm going to do things a little different than the way that I have done it in the past. If you've caught any of my streams before, I've done quite a few for ZBrush where it was just me. And in the time that I have taken off, I kind of been working on something, which is called the Stylist League. You might see the little logo in the upper corner. And I decided to bring on my good friend and partner on the show, Bradley. So I'm going to bring him on now. Hey, Bradley.
Oh, how you doing, Mike?
Hey, everybody. This is Bradley. It's my buddy Bradley.
You know, now that you have some support, on the stream, I will tell you the music is a little louder than your voice.
A little louder than it should be. I'm going to turn that
your
down.
voice. So we want to give the chance for all the people to hear all your magic and all your goodness.
All right, let's turn it down a little bit. Let me know if this is better. This is what I usually like to dial in at the beginning. Is it too loud?
You can bring it up a little bit. Just bring it up a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little taste.
A little bit. All right. That's what it is.
What's up, Michael? How you doing, man?
Good, man. Good. So if you guys don't know anything about the Stylist League, we started the show like 2 years ago. It was Bradley and I and our good friend Danny. And in the past year, Bradley and I have kind of taken over while Danny got busy and just done a lot of new projects. We'll talk about that later. But for now, the role of Bradley is going to be to answer any questions that anybody has in the chat in case I miss them, because I'm kind of notorious for doing my thing and getting in the zone, and Bradley knows.
Mike, you give me a little bit too much. My goal is to facilitate you getting questions, and you gonna answer them.
Hey, listen, usually I get questions. Right now, it looks like Michael's the only one in the room. I don't know what's going on with this. This is new for us too, because it's a StreamYard. Normally, I do it on Restream. So hopefully everybody is plugged in here. But all right, I'm gonna get off my head now because that's a lot.
Hello, welcome to the stream, man.
There you go. What's going on? All right, so yeah, if you saw my stream with Ian.
What's up, Sammy?
Hey, Sammy. So yeah, if you saw my stream with Louis and Ian the other week, I was working, kind of showing the Redshift stuff with Captain America. We're not going to do that today. If you want to catch that, you can go back and watch the video. But I just kind of wanted to show you guys the the difference between the sculpt here and what we got, and just kind of how cool it looks to use for it not to. Oh, you know what? I'm opening up a file. That's what it is. It's not ZBrush's fault. I hit load file before I started the show. And it's on a screen. One of these screens. All right, so let me kill that real quick. In the meantime, Bradley, is there anybody saying anything?
So my goal is to help Mike out on the stream. If you guys have any questions, I'll make sure that he gets them. I'll make sure that he answers them. And if you would like to see anything, or if there's anything that or any questions that you have regarding ZBrush 2023, now's the time to try to ask them and see if we can help you out, or
Absolutely.
ZBrush in general.
Yeah, absolutely. So, so this is the model. If you guys missed it the other day, and if we look at it, it's got some texturing to it that really helps when I was doing my my BPR stuff, and I'm sorry, my Redshift stuff. So that's where I got all this detail. All right, I'm gonna circle back around to this guy a little later because today I don't want to work on cap. I want to work on spawn. We started on our stream a new spawn sculpt. We have Raphael Phillips is our guest this month. Amazing sculptor. He did the Black Panther for Sideshow. And so I'm going to take this guy, and I have some reference here and some poses, and I'm going to kind of get him into pose today, kind of work on some more detailing.
Hey, Mike, we have a question in. They never caught the stream before. Did you create the silhouettes behind him?
The statuettes? No. So the one on the, let's make it big here. Let's see. So the Iron Man is actually, I believe, a Legacy Effects statue from Sideshow. So the same people that did the movie Iron Man maquette are the ones responsible for that piece. And then Cap right there is Daniel Bell, also Sideshow with a custom head, and I forget the name of the artist who did that. I need to write that down because I get asked.
That silver thing in front of Cap. Well, it looks important.
That's a Cleo, son. It's a Cleo. That is.
I don't know her. Who she is?
Yeah, that's so that was an award. It's kind of like a Grammy or Oscar or something, but for advertising, and that's for a movie I did. But anyway, let's get back to the thing.
So today you're working on Spawn.
Today I'm working on Spawn. I'm going to pose it. So before we started here, I went and remeshed him lower. Let's turn off the poly paint so you can see what's going on. You can see without him, he's basically just like a foot soldier. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But if we turn this to all low, you can see that
like Snake from G.I. Joe.
Yeah, that's true. Snake Eyes. Yeah, so I'm going to pose this now. And what I'm thinking for this, I saw a pretty cool one. I actually like this pose right here. If I get this to rotate. This kind of reminds me a little bit of like that Dark Knight Returns pose a little bit. This one on the left, it's kind of dope. So I think that's the one I'm going to go with for him. Yeah, but I have plenty of reference. And the spawn that I'm doing, so on our show tomorrow night, everybody chose a spawn. We work on it for a month. Bradley, you're doing King Spawn?
King Spawn. Mm-hmm.
King Spawn. I'm doing classic Spawn. And Raphael is doing Angela. So yeah, that's what we're doing here.
What book did you get that image from?
It's from the you know what it is. It's what's it called? The Anatomy. Tell me.
Anatomy Masters.
Anatomy Masters. That's right. Bradley has it too. I can't have anything on my own. Bradley saw I had it.
Don't make me break the statue. I'll break the statue. I'll break it to prove a point. I'll drop it on the ground.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I forgot. Yeah, Bradley has an Iron Man too. He got it to spite me, everyone. So that's good. All right. Yeah, so let's take this guy with the little parts. So I have some stuff that goes on here. And nothing yet is really like high res. Nothing is really committed just yet. I don't like the little skull thing on his waist. But we have it, so I'm gonna keep it for now. And I will take this into Transpose Master, I think, and start posing here. Plug in. Man, I'm rusty. I haven't done this in a long time. It's been what, like 3 months?
You do it every Friday or Saturday.
I mean, for the good folks at Pixelogic and Maxon. Done in a minute. Transpose Master, T-Pose Mesh. Okay, cool. All right.
So if anybody have any questions that you want me to feed over to Mike, please put them in the comments. I'll make sure he gets them. And if you haven't had a chance to follow us at the Stylist League, you can either scan the QR code on the screen there that we did, like Mike did a wonderful job in placing that, or you can go to Stylist League on YouTube and subscribe. We are live usually on Saturday, but this month we're live on Friday because we're working with Raphael Phillips on Spawn.
True. One thing about Transpose Master is it gets rid of your polygroups. So I'm just going to kind of polygroup this thing again. Transpose.
If you transpose with groups, it should keep it.
Oh, work? That I didn't know.
So if you want to go back, if you already had them, you can go back and do it.
I don't want to go back though.
There's no YouTube stream. I did see that. So there's an issue with YouTube.
Oh, it's not streaming to YouTube?
No, it's not.
All right. Bear with me a second. I'm just gonna let them know.
How about you keep sculpting and I'll reach out to Ian.
All right, good stuff. See? You're paying off already, Bradley. Look at that. Shrink. How's everybody's holiday? It's like February. It's stupid to ask that now, right? It's too late. It's too late to ask that. New Year's, too late. See, this is what happens when you don't come on ZBrush Live for so long. We're working on Spawn today. You know what? In fact, let's do this. I'm going to screen grab of
everyone. Ian says hi, and he's working on it. Arkham, today Mike is working on Spawn. Death holidays. I guess you could ask about Valentine's or Groundhog Day. But what's your plans for the Cape?
It's funny. So first of all, how's your Valentine's Day? See, that's It's one of those things where some people, you know, they don't have a great Valentine's Day. I had a good one, but not everybody has a great Valentine's Day. So.
Why would I want to celebrate giving candy and making people plush?
Yeah, and expensive cards, $7 cards.
Not if you can make it out of construction paper.
I wish. Yeah, no. The cape, I don't know yet. I think that once I have the pose, whatever I do, the cape is going to hold him up. So what I'm thinking about this guy is I want to have this kind of pose right here, but I want to incorporate the top of maybe a church or something, so he can look like he's like leaping over that, right? So like one of these big crosses or something that he's leaping over. Not sure exactly yet. I got to figure that out. But that is a fair question with Spawn, since 90% of his costume is the cape. Right. Oh, and just so you guys know, the reason that I'm working on this dude is I have this stylized version of Iron Fist that I did, and I finally printed it out. I printed it out a while ago, but I finally painted it and share it real quick. And I'm kind of happy with the paint job. So this is the dude.
That's dope.
Thanks, man. So
what happens if you drop it?
Dropped it so many times. This guy's been put back together so many times. Oh, pro tip: if you guys print your own statues and you have them break, something that I found is really dope is even when you super glue them together, there's always like the chips and stuff out of there. Just take some resin, fill it, hit it with the UV little pin light, and then sand it down, and you can paint it. Like I've cleaned up. I think I broke the fire once. I just broke his little piece off of his head like last night, and this was surprising. I'm gonna stop talking about this in a second, but this little thing right here that Spawn has an even longer one has broken like 10 times. So I cleaned it back up again.
Is that the one with the magnets in it?
This has magnets in it, yeah. So okay. I can just pop it. I can just pop it on, and it just stays. Just kind of cool. Yep.
Nice.
The arm is magnetic too. Look at it.
You did a great job painting that.
Look at that, baby. So that's it.
It's like you do this professionally.
That's the second time that I tried doing that. The first time was a disaster. So just letting you know.
You ever ask yourself a very deep question? Why do superheroes always have their underwear showing?
The question makes me uncomfortable quite.
Okay. All right. I'm just trying to figure out what's superhero about that.
Because they can, I guess. Regular people can't do that.
True. Just checking. I thought maybe you had a better conclusion than I did.
That's all I got.
Other than, okay.
Maybe you ask me before we go live next time, and I can work on it.
I will. You'll put more thought into it.
Yeah, please.
Maybe in the comments you could tell us why superheroes wear their underwear on the outside.
Michael said magnet smart. I like that. Thank you. I was scared of them. I used my Dremel to put those holes in there because I didn't plan ahead when I was in ZBrush. So next time I'm going to figure out where I want to put the magnets first.
Michael says he digs the NFL transition.
You like that? Nice. Okay.
Man, ZBrush did a great job retopologizing that chest.
That was all me, baby. I did all that. That was all ZBrush. It did some stuff. Most of that, I did a lot of it myself. Shout out to me.
Shout out to you, Mike.
Thanks, man. Oh, jeez. Oh, let's not do that. No, that was the second shot at it, and it was fantastic. I put the poly groups in there, and it just was really, really nice. Remember back in the day when ZBrush would make spirals? Like, nobody even has to worry about spirals anymore.
If you do, they can always retry.
I used to get them, and I couldn't figure out how to get rid of them. And then they came out with like an algorithm that killed the spirals, and I was like, oh my gosh, dude, this is the best thing ever.
Cool. Looks like we got YouTube up and running again.
Hey, welcome everybody that was on YouTube and couldn't get in. You might notice something different today. His name is Bradley. He's my buddy from the Stylist League. He's on here helping me out, fielding questions, so I don't miss a single one. So feel free to ask whatever you want to know, and I'll be happy to answer.
Do you typically, Mike, is that your process where you have the arms disconnected from the body and you're able to like move them at will? Is that your posing process?
Not always, but what I didn't want to do is stretch his back and chest all out. So I want to get this kind of in the pose that I want, then boolean the arms back on, and then ZBrush. So I have a nice clean topology. I just didn't feel like cleaning up and resculpting all this stuff.
Mike Wax, what is the Stylist League?
You want to tell me what the Stylist League is?
Oh, may I tell them the Stylist League?
Please do.
Cool. So everyone knows the Stylist League is a kind of like a conglomerate of great artists that get together and discover what is art. We have these deep thoughts of what art is. No.
This is not going well. No, Bradley is not going to tell you what Stylist League is a group of folks over. We have a Discord, we have a YouTube channel. Bradley and I get together every week, and now we get together with our good friend Raul, and we pick a topic at the beginning of the month. We work on it from the beginning of the month until the end of the month, and hopefully we finish it during the time allotted. If not, we get as close to finish as possible. And the whole reason we did that was because we would do work for clients all the time, and we would let our own work kind of just die on the vine. You know, we found we had all these pieces that were just sitting in folders and not getting finished. So we have the pressure of doing it live in front of people and asking them almost long. Yeah. And we, have folks join us too. So if you want to work on whatever the topic is that we're working on at the same time, you can post up in Discord and we'll share. It's just a community. And we have guests too, which is nice. What happened to? Okay, that's right. So this month we got Raphael Phillips, who you might recognize from being on the ZBrush Summit. He worked on Black Panther, the statue for Sideshow. He used to work at Blur. So, Stylist League. What else, Bradley? We give away stuff. We have
some good partners, giveaway, art challenges. We actually have another PC that we have that's going to be going out very soon, and an art challenge. So if you haven't had a chance to subscribe to our channel or join our Discord, go to Stylist League on YouTube, or you can scan that wonderful QR code at the bottom and like and subscribe there, and you'll get all our notifications. And we appreciate the support.
It's true. We just gave away a PC from our good friends at Intel last month, right?
Yes. We gave it away this month. No, January 26th. Yeah, it went out this month, and it's happily on its way to India at this point.
That's right. That's right.
See? See, Michael loved my described of an art cult. I thought it was amazing. I thought it was amazing.
Well, you lost me at conglomerate. I was just like, you know.
Hey, you know, we got. If you haven't had a chance to join our Discord, we got some cool folks in there. And since you know what's great about being all powerful on the other end, I can like shout out some Stylist League people who are always there. What's up, Jamie B?
That's right.
What's up, MJ? Yo. Like, I bet you can't make that look amazing pose by the end of the stream.
It's on.
I think you might fail at that before it's all over.
You're on.
Hey, dog, stop looking at your phone. Focus.
My son is in a barber chair, you guys. I apologize. Listen, my son needs money for a haircut. If you've ever been to a black barber shop, you know that this is not something that you play around with. So I'm gonna send this money, pay, and I'll be done right now. And send.
So our streams are for 2 hours on this month. It's Friday night, starting from 9 to 11. In March, we're gonna go back to Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. We typically will have our streams on Fridays if we have someone from the East Coast.
Yeah, we've been doing Saturdays for when we had James on, and that was pretty dope. Yeah, I'll get this pose before the end of the show. Are you kidding me? We got 3 hours, dude. Pose I can do. Let's see. Oops.
Mike, you got a message up screen.
Hey, nice. Good to have you. Thank you. Awesome. Let's twist this body.
We appreciate it, Jamie. We appreciate it. So Mike, how have you enjoyed 2023 so far? Yeah, ZBrush.
Oh,
not the year. All right, not the year.
Oh. See, so you got to clarify.
Like, I'll ask you how you enjoyed 2023 at the end.
I got you. Yeah, that's true. I guess that makes sense. It just started. Yeah, no, I like it. Actually. You know, I've been using the Redshift renderer quite a bit. I was working on that with Ian, getting ready for the presentation, and so that was fun. And also, there's some. I mean, what I did was I took a note from Pablo Munez on ZBrush Guides, and one thing that I do now is I look at the documentation that comes with whatever the new version of ZBrush is, and it shows you all the things that have been updated. And I made a folder for all the 2023 features and added that to my doc. So now I can go in, and if I need Slime Bridge or Render Recall or whatever, I can go in there and do that quickly. Stuff. How about you, buddy?
I have a crazy idea of what I'm going to use Slime Bridge for.
Okay. Can you talk about it on the show?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoa.
I'm just asking a question. What are you going to use it for?
So I'm thinking about like making some spears in the world and connecting them for the chains. and then replacing the geo with the chains. So you know how Spawn has his chains all over the place? So Slime Bridge, you can create like 2 objects and connect them. And what you can do is now that you have those 2 objects connected, you can use like the Z like IMM brush. So you could use the ZBrush draw to draw out your curve and replace that curve. So you could trace the curve that you make with the Slime Bridge with and then replace that with a chain IMM, and that'll quickly get your organic chains around.
Or it's not actually. That's not bad. It's not a bad way to do it.
It's pretty damn good. Like I'm just saying, it's pretty damn good.
Pretty good. It's pretty good. All right. Have you made your chains yet? That's one thing I need to make still.
I have a few. I'm IMM like I have like quite a few to pick from.
Oh, so you're gonna use some that are already made? I think I'm gonna make my own this time.
I work smarter, not harder.
Nothing wrong with that, man. Spawn doesn't really have a whole lot of stuff, though. You know
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, you got to do something crazy with the change or something with him, because, you know, he's just an angry man that was sat on fire.
Yeah.
And you know what? I don't blame him.
Yeah, I'd be kind of upset. That would make me mad, too. Oh, come on. So this is one of those instances where I wish I would have had the legs separated, but I'll just sculpt in the parts that get kind of screwed up here. It's all good.
So, Mike, we have a question in. Johnny Cole said, how did you guys learn to use ZBrush?
Sure. I learned it out of necessity. I am actually an illustrator, and so I was working for Hasbro on their G.I. Joe stuff, and I had to do all of these characters for like Rise of Cobra, and they had all this gear on and everything, and I was just trying to figure out how to sculpt the stuff. It's outside. It was like outside. I was trying to figure out how I was going to sculpt all the gear and how the light plays around everything. And so what I ended up doing was I first started working with this thing called Daz, and then I used Poser. Daz was free, and that kind of gatewayed me into ZBrush, where I found I had a whole lot more control. So kind of learned it that way. What about you, Bradley?
Let's see. Once upon a time, a gentleman said, you know what? You should use ZBrush. I was like, sure, why not? Sounds like a good time. No, so I learned it because I took a lot of courses. I took some courses that you have taught, Mike. Yeah. Ryan Kingsley was a really good source for information at the time when I was trying to learn. Danny Williams, Point Pusher, was another good source for learning how to use ZBrush. But I think once I learned how to use ZBrush, I need to learn how to be like a good artist in general. So that was a challenge. But, you know, I get better every day.
And you were using it for anything in particular, or you just wanted to learn how to use it?
So I was a business graduate, so I did a lot of like, you know, Fortune 500 work and stuff like that, and I always modeled in my free time. So I was a pro hobbyist before I made it my career. And, you know, working and having a family, it was easier to take courses that you guys have taught to learn. So
that's how Bradley and I met, actually. He was a student, and now he is the master.
You know, Michael said something very important about Spawn that we completely left out. He also had his family stolen. So yeah, that's that. We keep forgetting that part. And also, Johnny, if you haven't had a chance to subscribe to the Stylist League, subscribe there, and you'll learn some cool stuff there as well. Got another question in. I have a question about work. What usually are the responsibilities of someone in a junior position in your area? So if it's in games, a junior position would inquire you to be knowledgeable in BPR workflows, modeling high and low workflows, understanding low topology, and being a good team player.
I'm more on the illustration side, so Bradley actually is in the industry, so that was a good answer. I would have told you the wrong one.
What do you think is more difficult, mech type hard surface or organic sculpting?
Oh man, I don't do any mech stuff, so that's my answer. I would never tackle that stuff. I love organic, so I think that this is probably easier for me.
Whichever pays the bills is my answer.
Says somebody who does both. Well,
also another recommendation here is the Ultimate ZBrush Guide by Pablo Munez. It's a fantastic course to learn. That is absolutely true, 1000%.
Anything by Pablo Munez is
I think I've taken his creature one before.
Yeah. Pablo's great. He is fantastic. And if you haven't already, you should check out ZBrush Guides, the website, because he has a lot of really good stuff there.
Another question in, Mike. How long does it take you to finish a sculpt from start to print ready?
Okay. If I know that, all right, listen, there's two answers to this, if I'm being honest.
No, just give him the one good answer.
There's two answers. Right? No, if it's for a client,
that's the good answer. Use that one.
That's the good answer.
Give the good answer.
If it's for a paying client, it can take anywhere from a month to 2 months, and that's with like revisions and stuff like that. If it is for myself, you don't even want to know. Multiple years, so many years. This is the problem with being a perfectionist who never really is done with something. So that's the answer.
Hey, what's up, Denitra? Fellow friend at Bungie.
Yes. So I'm gonna take a break real quick. Oh, please don't crash. Please don't crash. I'm gonna take a break real quick from posing and talk about rendering. And then I'm gonna go back. I'll come back to this, but remember I said I'd talk about this Captain America stuff that I did with Pixo, Maxon last week. And basically, as I was learning how to use Redshift render and getting a handle on some of these subsurface materials and getting my specularity dialed in and all that good stuff, I was fortunate enough to be on a really kind of baller machine that I couldn't talk about at the time. And in fact, like the embargo kind of broke.
What machine was that?
Yeah, so our good friends at Intel sent me a, it just so happens I have it. They sent me a MSI Titan GT, which is, if you get your chance to lay your hands on this, I'm just saying, this thing is dope. And the back of it looks like the Millennium Falcon, which is sweet too. When I turn it on, the lights are all in there, but it's super powerful. So I think Bradley he's actually the tech guy on our show. And it's a 13th gen, what is it, Bradley? 13th gen?
13950HX. And so when Mike first got this system, I was like, yeah, it's a nice system. And then when he ran a Cinebench and it was like at a desktop grade, like 31,000, I was like, okay, that's stupid.
I got it up to a 3265 actually.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. It's actually Raptor Lake. So I don't really get excited about this stuff normally, but for this one, I called Bradley and it was like bouncing up and down because the one that I had it's not even the street model, you guys. Like I didn't even have the one that has the 4080 in it. And it still was amazing, and still is super fast. So shout out to Intel. And like I said, there are buddies over at Stylist League, so we have giveaways and we have stuff planned with them. And gave away one of their machines actually, so that's pretty cool.
Yep, they helped. They provided a Intel laptop for our giveaway in January, and we have another Intel desktop for our art challenge that we're going to announce shortly. So, shout out to them, and they're also great supporters of Maxon as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nature says so sick on the Captain America.
Thank you.
Dimitri, don't big his head up. He's I
put about a million hours into that, so I appreciate you. Bradley he's my friend. Hate you. I don't even know you.
Damn it, you woke up today. We got let's see. Hey, Mike and Bradley, question from Mike.
Yes, sir.
Did being an illustrator help you pick up 3D quickly?
100%. 100% it did. I think that the two go hand in hand, and I've been drawing people for so long that, when I had the opportunity, and like another thing with this, right? So like, forget everything else, like ZBrush, the reason that I gravitated towards this is it's not like really 3D, like it's not box modeling. So when I, am on a screen and I'm actually sketching out the forms and everything, it feels a lot like I'm drawing, right, or painting. So that's why I enjoy it so much. I kind of picked it up so quickly. The anatomy stuff, it took me a while to get it. But that was simply because I thought I knew what the body looked like, and I didn't really know. Way off.
French J say, "What we got today, fam? Flash? Nope, he's working on Spawn.
Spawn. Yep. But
once again, if you guys want to follow Mike and follow the Stylist League and see us work on other projects and guests as well, please go over to the Stylist League and subscribe there.
Or you can just
message,
or you can just take your phone and scan that little QR code on the bottom. It's way easier.
Message.
Say that again.
Jamie V says, what would you guys recommend for an anatomy research reference?
So one thing that I ended up is I have these little statues that I got from 3D Total, which are pretty dope. Was I on the full screen the whole time? I wasn't, right? Was I sculpting and you just were looking at my head, Bradley?
No, you were sculpting.
Okay. Yeah, I got these guys, which are pretty sweet. I ended up painting this one and made it way easier to see it. But 3D Total for these, they're sweet. This is the joint, though. Andrew Carr's, big shout to Andrew Carr's, amazing. You can see he fell and I lost a couple fingers. He's doing like West Side right now. But this is a fantastic reference, and it even comes on like a little Lazy Susan that rotates around for the detail. That, in addition to books, are really, really good. If you go back and look at some of my earlier streams for ZBrush, I have shouted out the books before. Yeah,
All the books.
all of them.
Brad says, Transpose Master, we meet again.
So, just so you guys know, Brad Grotman, the bane of his existence is Transpose Master. And the reason that I love it so much is because he told me I couldn't use it to get dynamic poses. Gotta prove him wrong.
Right, bodybuilders are good to look at, but then you start to feel bad about yourself.
This is true.
So is your goal, you're trying to, okay, you're getting the anatomy, Master's Anatomy pose, that's the one you're aiming for?
Yeah, something like that. And then I'll tweak it a little bit, but this is the one I'm going for right now.
Inez, welcome to the stream. We have great Stylist League support in today.
It's going this. Yeah, and if you're just tuning in, like, Bradley will be joining me when he can, and I really appreciate having him here because I miss a lot of questions. And he's a nice guy too.
Transpose all day, all the way. You know, I've seen your art station. All right, 90% of your stuff is rigged. All right, I'm just saying, it's amazing. You're amazing, but your stuff's rigged. It's rigged. If you guys haven't had a chance to see Martina's art station, do it.
Why are you gonna call her out like that? All right,
Because she's great. That's why. All right.
I mean about the transpose.
Well, you know, Transpose Master is for those who are really skilled.
It's for whoever wants to use it.
Hey. So, do you know if you're going to print this one?
Oh, absolutely. I have the bug now. Now that I had the bug and probably like $40,000 worth of paints. So I am 100% going to be printing out this dude. I went and bought all these great like paint sets and stuff. I just got my Artist Opus palette from, I know where he is, like in the UK or somewhere. But, yeah, absolutely. So forgive me if it's looking weird. It's going to look weird until it doesn't. That's always the case.
So what's really cool about 2023 that I've actually like played around with and tested is being able to restore your symmetry on a given piece if you reset it. So even if you have your pose, you could still have some symmetrical usage on a subtool. Awesome.
That would have been nice first. I forget that these things are in there sometimes. You know what, Bradley? You should demo that tomorrow. You feel like doing that?
Sorry?
You should demo that tomorrow. I'd like to see it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Cassie Foster said, "What is your software of choice for Retopo?"
I'm either going to do it quick in here, or I have a plugin in Blender that I use.
Good answer. Good answer.
Yeah, but mostly I'm in here. I'm Bradley's the one that's needs clean UVs for his. If you haven't yet on Discord, you should see his Guyver. It's coming out pretty dope, actually. You said you were doing that render with Unreal Engine?
Yeah, that one was in Unreal.
Yeah, it's pretty dope, man. You gonna show that tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks, Jamie. Bro, focus, all right? We're watching you, all right? We're watching you.
Tell Raul to stop chatting.
And, if anyone else have any questions that you would like Mike to answer, something that, you've been watching his stream and he hasn't really seen it and you really want him to see it, now's the time. Or forever hold your peace. But just know I only read positive comments.
Negative comments?
Hello, guys. SL in the house.
On.
Ron one says, just got here. Sorry, what program is this? Maxon's ZBrush. Arkham, I'm going to ask this question, but no real person would actually answer it. Let's try this. What was the most you've gotten paid for a statue or toy project?
How dare you, Arkham? Come on, man. You know better than that. The answer is $100 million. I don't like to talk about it.
Okay, Mike, I made the mistake of chatting in Ashley's chat yesterday, and she really gave it to me.
Oh, yeah?
She made fun of me. She picked on me.
Oh, word?
Okay. Yeah. She made feathers, and she said she made feathers like by pulling Geo, and she goes, "You know what? You can retopple that, Bradley." And she's like, "I'll send it to you."
Wait a minute. That was Ashley that asked what program this is? Oh, boy.
She was responding to Tron, who asked that question.
Okay.
I made zero fun.
Wait a minute. Did you
Hey,
say
Ashley,
something?
it came out pretty cool. I saw it on Instagram. You did a good job.
Did you say something to like incur the wrath of Ashley while you were in there?
No, I didn't. I didn't do it. All I did was say hi.
Oh.
All I did was say hi to Ashley. That's all I did. I told her she was you picking on me. It must be my face. Something on my face is pick on me.
Nice guys, man. What do they say about nice guys?
Get picked on by Mike and Ashley. He said I was so good at retopology. Her mess. Her artistic mess.
She's gonna send you one of her stretched out, beautiful pieces that where she nearly breaks the geo.
It was feathers. It was amazing. But it was so messy. I love her work.
I get mad at Ashley for what she does to Geo. It ain't right. And then when she's done, it's this statue or this sculpture that you're just like, when did that happen, man? Like, at what point did it go from looking like it wasn't going to come back and then it turns into something really dope?
Also, speaking of Ashley, if you guys haven't had a chance to learn from her, she is actually teaching a course with Michael Pavlovich at CGMA. I think it's her first course, so that was a great opportunity to learn from somebody awesome. If you follow her on Instagram or on her social media platform, she has a posting of it. You get it.
Before I look at this, I don't know that I like this. Weird. All right, well, we're gonna have this as an option, right? So anyway, let me get out of here, and then I can start cleaning up what I have. I think I'm sure Brad will tell me all the places where I need to go and do better.
So, got a question. What would be your hard surface retopo flow? Be from low poly to high poly with nice edges while keeping good topology flow.
Oh, that's for you.
So I would ask, what are you using it for? Because in games, everything gets baked down. So as long as you're not impeding in the joints where things would move, and you're optimizing the topology, it'll be just fine. It's all about baking and having good geo for the engine and not breaking the joints where things animate. Like for example, like Ashley was making some feathers, and I was saying I would bake all that to a card. Didn't matter how it looked. Got a question in. Any advice for junior sculptors?
As far as can you give us a little more what you'd like to know?
So for someone who has sculpted for more than a year or two.
I need to know what you're trying to achieve. Cool. I know when I look at my work from when I've just been sculpting for that long, I know at the time I thought I was killing it, and now I'm kind of embarrassed by that stuff. But I see people who, like, right out of the gate are very good. So I'd have to see it and know what your goals are. Job for Move Infinite Depth. You're becoming one of my favorite brushes, Bradley.
Or Move Infinite.
What's that?
Hey, don't correct my words, so you heard what I said. I said move. Blah, blah, blah. I said move. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Okay. Spawn said, I love Spawn. I just finished a medieval Spawn riding a horse.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I've always wanted to sculpt Spawn, and I never did it. So this is good for me.
Mike T, your work is excellent, my brother. I love your work. I want to reach this level one day.
You know you can. Definitely can.
I wanted to read someone else's words because I wouldn't say that to you.
You say it didn't feel right every day. You just don't want people to know.
I don't.
Do.
I don't need to. I don't need them to know.
I've spoken with your wife, and she tells me what you say and don't want me to hear.
Yeah, she's a traitor like that. And if you ever had a chance to follow us on the Stylist League, please do. Please follow us and subscribe there, and you'll see more content with us. We appreciate your support. We appreciate Maxon giving us the opportunity to tell you about another opportunity. Join our Discord. You learn some stuff. Michael asks, how do we choose the group project? So we will leave it to the guest to choose.
Yeah. So we had Brendan Isaiah Pinkston on, and he chose Warhammer. We had Eric Sosa on, and he chose Cthulhu. Go figure. The Street Fighter / Wolverine guy. So we're going to get a redo and bring him back on, and we're going to do Street Fighter or Wolverine. Actually, it'd have to be Wolverine, right? So we got Ian with Street Fighter. Yeah.
I don't know now. We're doing Mortal Ian.
With Street Fighter, right?
No, Mortal Kombat. Mortal
Kombat. Okay, so we can do Street Fighter with Eric then if he wants to.
Actually, you said it. I didn't.
Our Cthulhu did not go great. Just letting you know. That was because of the subject matter. You know what's weird? I was like, I always want to sculpt Cthulhu. And then when I did it, I was like, I do not want to sculpt Cthulhu. Like 5 seconds in. Not a fan. You know who did an amazing one was Anna, Carolina. In like 2 seconds, and then she rubbed it in my face.
From making mechanical models versus organic, would you use Gozi to send other models to other modeling programs, or can you do something mechanical all in ZBrush? The answer is yes to all of those.
Yeah, you know who does really, really dope hard surface stuff in ZBrush is
Chaos Masons. They're good because they do amazing.
Yeah. Thank you.
In ZBrush.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at his YouTube. Look at their YouTube. There are some really dope pieces, and the statues are releasing now on XM for war and famine and death and all that, and those are crazy. But it's all hard surface that's done right in ZBrush. Didn't Paul just do a demo of hard surface in ZBrush with 2023? He did.
Did he? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Mike, do you have any advice on sculpting folds in fabric?
Yeah, in fact, I'm hoping to get to it soon. It's weird.
Give us a demo now.
I'll give a demo. So it's very weird. We have parts of we have this thing called Super Friends, which is Bradley and Brad and Tony and I, and we all like doing stuff that normal people don't enjoy doing. Tony is the retopo guy. Brad is the rigging guy. Bradley, what's your thing that you like doing? That
Everything's
gets on my
about
nerves. Everything.
Okay, I can't rig. All right, I'm not. Let's not get crazy. I don't want Brad to like fight me.
No. I was saying, what do you do that gets on my nerves that I don't like? And then I like to
you don't like substance.
I like to sculpt fabric, and that's my thing. So
damn you, Ashley. She's picking on me again. I'm gonna cry. Don't let me cry.
All right. Okay, So I think this is going to be good for now. I could always tweak it. So let's get out of here. So plug in.
I'm gonna push him to. I'm gonna push Mike to give you a quick sculpting demo. But if he doesn't get to it today, you can also ask on Friday, and I can force him to do it on the Stylist League. But I'll say please though, pretty please.
Yeah. Okay, there it is. All right, cool. So he didn't get too torn up, right? Like sometimes he comes out of, your guy comes out of Transpose Master and he's pretty torn up. This I can work with. It looks like his leg got kind of.
Mike, hello from Brazil, friends.
Hey, that's Carlos.
What's the average time you spend to make your pieces completely? So from 0, and give the good answer.
Oh, my stuff can take any. There is no answer. There's no answer for my stuff. If I'm doing it for a client, anywhere from 6 weeks to 2 months, normally. So I can see what I'm doing. Also,
does anyone know of a creature artist that streams? Ashley, hello. You can follow AQ. Ashley does amazing creatures. Anna Carolina also does amazing creatures. I believe I covered that answer with those 2 great artists. You're welcome. Not for nothing. You know, if it's a paying job, Mike will creature his butt off.
I'll do whatever, son.
Do whatever it takes.
Yeah. I did something for Intel that was kind of a creature job. They made a little video of it. That was kind of cool. Let's see.
Thanks, Ashley. Enjoy the rest of your day. Say thanks, Ashley.
Thanks, Ashley. For the rest of your day.
There it is. All right, cool.
Even though. Okay.
What did you just do with the base mesh?
What did I do with it? I hid part of it.
Transpose. I believe when you transpose mastered it in. I think that's the point he's asking.
Yeah. So took it into Transpose Master and posed him. In fact, let me save this as a posed version so I don't have any problems here. Save as. It's posed. So I'll show you the original actually. If we go back to the original. Looked like this. So all I did was I made sure that I had geo that I could turn down to a fairly manageable subdivision level. So like if I go all low here, you can see that the body's really where I want it to be. The arms are a little dense, but if I went lower than this, I noticed that the fingers started crushing in on themselves. So yeah, took this into Transpose Master along with the other parts, and then got a pose for them. And now I am now I'm starting to detail it, get it back to something that doesn't look crazy.
Okay, we got a question. Do you have any cheat sheet or guide for retopology or a general mesh flow specifically for human characters?
A cheat sheet for the mesh flow? No. Oh, you know what? Yeah. So I always just kind of go and grab a like just a human topology kind of a thing off of Google uh, when I'm taking it into like do proper retopo, and it kind of just shows me for the body. It's not a real big deal. It's usually just for the head because I need to know how to do the loop so that the mouth can deform properly. And the eyes and all that. For the body, I just kind of look for the areas the same way I use for ZBrush. I'll look for areas that need to deform. So knees, thighs where they meet the crotch, and elbows and shoulders, that kind of thing. And that is usually enough to make it good enough for me. And then I can sculpt in whatever needs to be whatever after I do it.
I will say I'm going to give a secret out. All right. And this is a hidden secret, and you can choose to use it or not use it. There's an artist on ArtStation, name is Danny Williams, Point Pusher, and he has a blog. And on his blog, there is a topology workflow recording session of him talking about game topology, video game topology, making it. And it is everything that you need to know to be able to do topology flow for games and movies.
It's nice.
Like it is a clinic.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good free stuff that Danny has on there, and on his Vimeo page too.
Got a question for you, Mike. How much anatomy have you studied to be able to put that much detail into the muscle tone?
I have been really kind of practicing for the past 5 years. Really before that, I wasn't. I did good enough anatomy, and I really didn't know how lacking my anatomy was until I started sculpting, in ZBrush. I thought it was good when I was drawing stuff. Everything seemed fine. And then when I did my first couple of sculpts, I was talking to Ryan Kingsley and a friend of ours named Means, and I would kind of hand over this thing and felt like I'd crushed it, and I'd get back like this red line sheet of all of these areas that were that were suspect. And so once I got over my feelings or whatever, I started taking their advice, and I really started to pick it up. But that's the thing, right? Like I thought I knew what all this stuff looked like, and I'm like, hey, I have a body. I know what a body looks like. But I really wasn't paying attention. Now, all that being said, if you ask me to start naming off muscle groups and that kind of stuff and names of the bones and everything, I will be lacking sorely, right? Like I couldn't tell you that. I know some of the big ones, and that's it. But I can sculpt them pretty well.
Cool.
You can see what I'm doing now is I'm just hiding parts of the geometry where it looks like it's pinching in on itself, and then kind of smoothing those areas out on the lowest subdivision so that my body doesn't get messed up on the higher sub-D level. It's like now if I go and divide this up some, looks better, right? Cleaner. Usually I'll step up one level at a time, get it looking good on the lowest one, then I'll step up, and you'll have some kinks in there that need to be smoothed out. Way to do it that's kind of non-destructive to your forms.
So if you guys are enjoying the mini Stylist League session, please subscribe to our channel. Our stream's up if you want to check us out on Friday. And if you like what please let Maxon know in the comments if you enjoy us on here. and we'll see if we can keep it going if you guys find it engaging.
Definitely.
MJ says Stylist League light.
This is the ZBrush League. This is why I don't normally stream this time. It's like my phone is blowing up right now. Apparently, I saw that can I talk about the thing that came out today?
Yeah, the Destiny Lightfall trailer came out.
One of your helmets was in there. Pretty cool.
Yeah. A lot of amazing artists that worked on that, and happy to see some of their work come out. But yep, Lightfall releases this month. Can't wait.
What's crazy is I played the first Destiny. I own the second Destiny, but I didn't really get time to play it. But I noticed it's very cinematic now, man. Like, it seemed like it's very story driven as opposed to when I think when I was playing it the first time, it was more just like I got to shoot stuff. Yeah. Now there's all kinds of things happening. Protagonist and such.
No, Lightfall is huge, man. Lightfall is huge.
Nice.
I've never actually seen you do that. So when you're posing it and you go in and you clean the mesh from
the inside
going into the other mesh. Cool.
Yeah, and you're kind of walking a fine line, right? Because you do have overlap that happens when the fatty tissue kind of goes over each other, especially in the thigh and the calf. So I don't want to do too much, but I do like that I can mask out part of it. And then if I need to, I can go and inflate the areas that would, kind of naturally puff up here, get that looking nice and smooth.
Daniel said he saw the VDoc today. Yeah, it was awesome.
I really expected this to get more torn up, man. I'm actually kind of not mad at this.
Ron says, what do you think of ArtStation having its own art thief, AI art program?
I haven't been on ArtStation since that whole cross-out AI thing started happening. All I know is if I didn't opt out, what is it? My stuff can be used now for the algorithm. Is that how it works?
Yeah, there's a marker that you have to check on your profile if you don't want your art to be picked up.
And is that only from ArtStation?
I think they upgraded it. I think they made it where by default it's checked. Before it was not on by default, but now by default it's checked that your art is not picked up by the algorithm. I don't know who would volunteer their work to the robots, but yeah.
Well, this is what I was talking about. Like, as I step up, you see you get these weird kind of little artifacts where it folds. So it's easier to smooth those out at the low sub Ds and then come in and get them one at a time as you go up through your subdivisions, and to just go to the highest subdivision level and risk smoothing out all the muscle sculpting that I've already done.
Blur says, what's up, gents? What's up, Blur?
What's up, man?
Blur's our partner over at the Stylist League. Happy you stopped by.
Oh.
Got a question in, Mike. Fantastic work. Kind of cheesy question. No, it's not. It's not a cheesy question at all. Do you feel that you can work better when you are sculpting a character that you love?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Sculpt, paint, always, always. That's why I whose back got a little twisted. That's why I really enjoyed illustrating hip hop artists, and I loved working on GI Joe. Like anything that was nostalgic for me. Like I was an '80s kid, so the fact that you know the GI Joe and Thundercats and all that stuff was big then. Um, we get to work on it. It's great. That's another great thing about having our own show, right, Bradley? Because we can work on stuff that we always love. Like I know what you want to work on. One day we're going to work on it.
We're going to work on Dragon Ball.
No, I didn't think you were going to say
We're
that.
We're going to work on Dragon Ball.
I'm going to continue to call it Dragon Balls.
No, it's Dragon Ball. The way you said makes me feel uncomfortable.
There's a Z, man. Can't help it. That's how it's pronounced.
It's Dragon Ball Z. Okay, Dragon Ball Z. You say the Z.
We're going to agree to disagree on that.
No.
Also, I know that
it's just going to be wrong.
I know that you hate it when I call it that, so that's why
I want you to put some respect on Dragon Ball Z's name.
I will not. They're little kids on steroids. So how about them apples?
Oh.
As I break the internet. That was.
Bro.
And that's how we lost all our subscribers.
Do not want any gang wars on here, all right?
Whatever happened to Mike? He got canceled for talking about Dragon Ball Z.
Thank you, MJ. At least someone has some sense in this chat.
I think he was agreeing with me. Dragon Balls.
No, he was. No, he is agreeing with you. God dang it. MJ, he is. I like this dragon spear. You know what? I'm in the wrong room. I'm going to the Dragon Ball Z convention.
I'm so happy that I didn't get a whole lot of people who are Dragon Ball fans.
You know what, Mike? If they are fans of yours, they would have subscribed to the Stylist League already. All right.
How dare you?
Have they done it? We don't know. We'll see.
Prove Bradley right, I guess. How that goes. One or the other.
Daniel says this is the first time I've seen someone smooth from the inside. I didn't know why, and it blew my mind. Yeah, I agree. Like I watch Mike, but I don't watch Mike. But since I'm forced to watch him, maybe I'm learning something.
I thought that was just the way people did it. I didn't know you guys don't do it that way.
Like I'm like, if it's my personal piece, I'm like, it's not going to be seen.
Whatever. You have to have clean topo. You retopo all your stuff. Oh.
Yeah. Because it makes sense.
Listen, I do not. Now, another great thing about having the arms separate now is I can really kind of get the deltoids to blend with the pecs right. And if they were joined and I did the twist, it probably would have been a big old mess. So now I can sculpt this into position and clean up all the wonkiness of it just by stepping down, smoothing, and re-sculpting. It's fun for me.
Okay, I'm thanking you for the inspiration.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey, listen, if anybody likes my technique here, what I'm doing, I also do mentoring. Yeah, if you click on my link tree, it goes to where you can inquire about becoming a mentee as well.
I know that I've learned a lot buying your book.
Buy my book. Buy my book.
Outside of your stance on Dragon Ball Z, I find you to be a very knowledgeable person.
I'll take that. And also, this is going to be like on the internet forever, so I will just play this back every time we have an argument on our show.
Sure, you recognize all the stipulation I said.
There were a lot of qualifiers there, rather.
Jump this hoop, then this hoop, and then this hoop. This is what I said.
Were it not for this and this other thing. Yeah, so most of what I do after I pose is a lot of pulling, pushing and pulling, and until it starts to look right, and then I'll start to sculpt. So I do want to. What was I supposed to sculpt? Fabric stuff? Is that it?
Yes, a fabric demo like 5 hours later. I figured, I wasn't gonna push you. You didn't care.
So we started at 4 o'clock, right? It's 5:30 right now. I'm doing well. You should probably ease up on me there, homie.
Hey, as long as you don't tell me to calm down.
I was gonna do that, but I'll reserve that for later. I'm not gonna do that here.
Appreciate it. Mike, a question that came in, is that blocking in is it ZBrush? Is your topology, that low topology, is ZBrush?
Correct. Yes. And I did a really fine job actually earlier. I'll go back to my original dude. And initially, so I go back to the do not use. Go down to, is it this one? Solo. So yeah, it used to look like this, and it was Dynamesh and then Sculptris Pro, right? So I had a whole lot of silliness going on here, and then I went and did a ZBrush and brought it down to this, which I could bring up to get all my details and project the details back. Yeah, I did a pretty dope job. Here. I'm not 100% sold on what I'm doing with his hands yet. I know one of them has to have the classic hand that I do all the time. But watching.
Johnny has a question. When making folds, creases in clothing for a video game character, do you base on how you draw your folds on how it would look in an A pose or T form, or you envision an action pose to force more interesting folds? I guess that's a question for me. So basically, when we're doing it for a game, it's all about the design of the character and that the folds make sense, whether the character is stagnant or in an idle pose. So like you won't see anything like super like there'll either be like for something that's going to have a cloth sim, they'll cloth sim it, or if it's something that's baked down, like for example, like if you saw Forbidden West or Aloy, like there's some folds that's in her top vest chest that never really move, or in some armor pieces in Bungie's Destiny that never really move, but it's just baked in. As long as it makes sense and it doesn't break the illusion of how the cloth is looking. So neutral, it's like a neutral fold. Like if we have like a baggy pants hunter or a titan or something like that, it makes sense, it looks good, and it's baked in where it doesn't look like it's like animatable. Hopefully that answered your question. There's a question for you, Mike. What is the best way for a smooth transition when sculpting in two different meshes to form one body? Like you have both your like you have the arm and the torso or spawn separated. So how are you gonna merge the two and make them look like one piece.
Oh, totally. Yeah. So what I'll do is I will get everything kind of worked out for the most part with the transitions, like I was talking about, you know, like his chest going into his shoulder and all that. As soon as everything is in position, as soon as his back is kind of where it should be, and it looks right, I'll take it all up to the highest subdivision level. So I'll just like all high it.
Mike, you're moving. Mike, you're moving away from your mic, so you're fading out a little bit.
Sorry, let me move this down here.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. So I will. I'll take the whole thing once the pose is correct, and I will dynamesh it together. In fact, I can just give you a demo real quick. Let's just say that it is okay right now, and I like it. The parts that I want to be together, I will kind of turn those both on. Make sure that my Boolean is turned on as well. And then I just run a make Boolean mesh, right? And then that's going to go through and union it like that. Still in progress. So actually, no, here it is right here. All right, so I can come over to this dude, and this is the union mesh where it's all one thing. Now what I can do is I can look at what I have here, right? I can figure out my poly groups, which I'm not mad at these right now. I think they're pretty good. So just so I know what's going on here, I'm going to duplicate this and solo it. So let's come over here, solo this out. And now I just have the one here. I'm going to do an auto group. So the reason for me doing this is now if I select that group and then invert, see I have these little miscellaneous pieces in here. This is just stuff that was penetrated inside of the mesh that you couldn't see. So let me let this save real quick. Glad it's saving because I have it. Save not to get a sip of water. Okay, so now I have these pieces here. I can see them better if I turn on the color. And I don't want these. I don't care about these. So I'm just going to invert, and I'm going to delete hidden. All right. So now I can take my dude, and if I really like, so the way that I would do this now, right? Because I can. There's no subdivisions or anything like that. Now I can go back and I can go to my Sculptris Pro, make sure that's turned on, and I can start to clean up the mesh. So I know I don't want like this here. So I'm just going to clean this up. This is an awesome way to get dynamic poses. If you look down in the corner of my screen here, you can see my Venom over there. And that is, I had his legs and his arms sliced off to get that really dynamic pose. And then I put them back together just like this, right? And I just go in and clean up this stuff pretty quickly. Sculptris Pro, I'm telling you, man, like Sculptris Pro is one of my favorite things ever. So I can go and get this looking the way I want. Anywhere where I
you hide some of the mesh when you're doing it. Is there a reason behind that?
Yeah, just because when the mesh starts to get higher, so like this whole thing is like, 5 million polys, right? Which isn't a ton, but if I want to do the smoothing and let's say I have something that's 10 million polys or something like that, what's going to happen is oh, my fingers, fingers like that. Let's see something real quick. Sorry, guys. Turn off solo. Aha, my finger got messed up. Okay, it's all good. So what I'll do is I'll just chop off the other hand and put it over on this hand. Another reason why I like Frankenstein and this stuff together. But yeah, the reason that I do this is because Sculptris Pro moves faster when there's less points to calculate, and it takes into account the entire mesh that's visible. So now if I smooth, it moves really, really fast. I mean, I'm on a pretty good machine too, right? Like, but if I was on something that maybe didn't have as much RAM or processing power, this is a nice little workaround to make ZBrush more responsive. These areas, I'll look for anywhere where it's kind of screwed up, and that tends to happen sometimes. Like here, got some weird kind of a pinch to it. Sculptris Pro again is dope because I can just show the part that I want to have clean topo. Get out of here, will you? I can just smooth it out, and I don't have to worry about what the geo looks like at all, right? And I'm getting ready to remesh it anyway. So that's good. Like, I think his crotch got a little messed up here. So now what I can do is I can hide all but this part. Bubble so I can see the inside. Yeah. So this is another, like, when it's combining these meshes, it just does stuff. So the thing that's great about this is I can smooth on something that's not even part of the mesh, and it will make it, you know, normally it'll make it disappear. But what I'm going to do here is I will again do an auto group. That will take everything that is one piece and make it one group. And then whatever is floating around on the inside of this guy, this stuff, I can just delete it, keep it moving. So this is the way that I would do that. And then I would remesh the also. It's just.
That's how you would weld them together. Super clean. Super clean.
I mean, look at that. And then now I could even, like, even before I go in and do the remesh. Oops. Before I do the remesh, I can now go and, you know, fix some of the muscles and stuff. So I can sculpt. Anything else? Like fix the, oh, come on. I thought it was damn standard. Yeah. So now I can go in and kind of.
MJ says, Mike, since you did the SSS stream for ZBrush, have you dialed in a good SSS material for rendering with Redshift?
Oh yeah, I have a whole bunch actually. So one thing I was thinking about doing, because it took me so long to get them really dialed in, is I might just make a pack and put it on like ArtStation or something. I want to use my, wait a second, you guys, I can't grab damn standard for some reason. It's weird.
Reset the brushes.
Yeah. All right. Brush. Brushes. Okay. Yeah. Thanks, man. Yeah. So, yeah, I was thinking about putting, you know, putting a pack up for sale. Actually, this is how you can get stuff super clean, and then when you do, you can just you can retopologize it and have like the super dynamic pose. This is a gem right here, you guys. I don't normally tell people this part because I would go out of business. This is the Mike's going out of business sale info I just gave you. Wasn't supposed to do that. Bradley gets mad when I do that. All right.
I'll buy that for sure.
All right, so now we got this guy looking pretty good, and I can go remesh this thing real quick. Let's say set the points to 10. Decked edges and ZBrush. Let's see what happens here. Oh, you gotta go. Okay. All right. So Bradley has to leave. He's got other stuff to do, but I'm gonna stay on for another. Start at 4, 5, 6 for another 20 minutes. And if you like what you saw, please comment on the video. Let people know, and we'll see if we can get Bradley for more of these. Also, if you enjoyed having Bradley on, scan that little QR code in the corner that says Stylist League, and you could subscribe to our YouTube and our Discord and get more of this. We're streaming tomorrow with Raphael Williams. So, Bradley, you want to say your goodbyes for now?
Goodbye. So long. Until we meet again.
You sing the song? Sing the song, dude. Come on.
Until we meet again.
Farewell.
Until we meet again. All right.
Yes.
But
Yes.
subscribe to our channel. Subscribe to our channel. Keep watching Mike. You guys have a good day.
All right, brother.
Bye.
Thanks, man. Peace, bro. All right. So now I'm going to do my best to make sure I'm on top of these chats here. New comments. Yeah. Nice. Thanks, guys. Very nice. Okay. So yeah, this is what I would do, right? So you can see I get some really good topo. If I had gone in and really defined his shoulder here, I would have gotten even better adherence with the edge flow. But another thing that I do is I will let's over here. Like I'll keep groups sometime, and then I'll do it, right? So if I were to take this guy and duplicate him, and now I do a ZRemesh, let's see what happens. Let's see, detect edges, keep groups. I'm going to set this to 10. And now I'll do a ZRemesh. Actually, let's do one more thing. I want to do this. The legs. Right, hide the arms, the hands. And the shoulders I'm going to group with his body. But what I really want to do here is I want to, let's turn on double so I can see what I'm doing. I'd like to split, do a center line for his body, which is kind of hard to do here, but I'm going to give it a shot. I'll use a slice curve, actually. I got to get rid of the neck too. Got some twists going on here, so this might not work, but we'll see. Hey, Skyhawk. I do have socials. If you click on the link tree above, that linktree.com/MikeTArtworks, if you actually type that in, that has all of my socials. It has my anti-venom tutorial. It has links to my mentoring, everything. Everything is that. So... And it has also the link to the Stylist League as well. So, all right, I'm going to use slice curve now. Let's see what happens here if I do this. Kind of get kind of weird here. Probably not right, but it's a shot. All right, so it's not exactly on his back, but you know what? That's not terrible. Now, if I were to take his head and his neck, do the same deal, I should be able to have like a center line that ZRemesher will respect. Okay. So that's not too shabby. Add the shoulders to the upper body here. W. All right, so now let's do a ZRemesh. I bet you it'll be better. Itch. ZRemesh, I'm going to start with half. And let's see what we get here. Let's see what's in this. Modeler from the UK. I use Blender mainly and do sci-fi tanks. Awesome. Awesome. You can't see the link tree. Here, I'll just type it here. Let's see. Tree.com/MikeT. artworks. There you go. Just copy and paste that. Yeah, so look at this, much better now, right? Like we have a center line for his body. I could do another half. Look at that. His neck is looking pretty good. Now the back doesn't line up, but you know, whatever. He's gonna have a big old cape there anyway. So let's now project history. And I'm going to do another half. Let's see what happens. Let's go again. Is the remesh magic happening here? Trying to. All right, did it do it? Yeah, I guess it did. Yeah, look at that. That's pretty good, all things considered. And it looks like my finger that got messed up. It doesn't look as bad as it did before for some reason. Okay, well, I could live with that. I could actually fix that. History. Yeah. Yeah, so this is the way I would do it, right? So now if I have the topology there, it's a fairly manageable size. It's, what is it, 52,000 points. So now I can just divide and project back. I get all of my high-res detail. Like that. And let's see, did I get my color on the other one? Let's see. Sweet. So now I can take this and I can, because having that design and symmetry, I would have been really bummed out if I had to repaint that. So now what I can do is I can use this, set a projection point, go back to my one that has clean topo, and turn off geometry and just project the color down. And it should work. Boom, there you go, right? Same thing with the arms. Go grab the arms. Oops, grab the arms that are separated. Get the geo for those, or not the geo, the paint for those. I can hide all the stuff that I don't want to project back to. I don't care about the shoulders really because they're just black. So now I'll bring these back and project color. Boom, that's good. Right, and then all I have to do now is just paint in the, fill in the blanks, son. Oops, not like that though. Don't do that. So turn off that, add color. There you go. Look at that. Now we're cooking with grease. There you go. Right. It's all good. And this little part that got messed up, just paint that in. I'm good to go, actually. I'm getting a lot done here, really. I'm not mad at this at all. So this is the way I would do it. Now I like way more than I thought I would. I actually like what I have here, so I'm now going to copy this. Let's rename it first. I'll say clean. Spawn. Right. Let's copy this guy. Go back to my main file here. And I can turn these off, put them in the not in use folder. That one and this one. Okay. And now I can come back up here and I can paste my dude and turn on the other parts. And hopefully they still line up. Let's see. Boom, mostly. This little leg thing, I moved it. I forgot to get that, but you're getting there. So let's see if I missed anything. You make it sound, it looks so simple. Practice makes perfect. Absolutely, absolutely. The whole lot of mistake making to get to this point. Believe it. Now I would just try to just get this guy back where it belongs. Oops, not that one. This one. Just line this up a little bit. Should be able to swing it back. So. and it probably got twisted a little bit, but you know what? Because this is using dynamic subdivisions, I'll just turn it off and just kind of position it back where it's supposed to be. This is why I love using dynamic subdivisions as well, because I don't have to worry about messing up my hard surface stuff, and I don't have to commit it until I'm 100% ready to. Bring back the dynamic, and now it's kind of where I want it. That, right? So, and if you are enjoying this and you want to see more Spawn goodness, tomorrow, Bradley, Bradley and Raphael Phillips and I will be working on our versions of the Spawn characters. Raphael is working on Angela. Raul's going to be manning the chat, and Bradley and I will be working on our versions of Spawn. He has King Spawn, and I have original Spawn. So, yeah. Now I can start to sculpt in some wrinkles and stuff for you guys. Should be kind of easy to do. Oh, thanks, Skyhawk. Appreciate it. Right, so the Redshift is in ZBrush. Do you think you're going to try Redshift software? You mean standalone Arkham? Probably not. I mean, I can, but I don't know what else I would use it with. You know, like I've never used a standalone renderer. Something just happened. I don't want to save the project. Cancel. I do want to save the sculpt though. Save as Pose Whip 2. I saw there's even like an iterative, where is it? Dynamic new features, 20, I'm ready to recall. Redshift. There's an iterative save next, right? So, but this guy's name got messed up. So I'm just going to let's go to save as. I'll click on posed, and I'll just save this as 2 here. But the, kind of a time saver now is, rather than doing it the way that I'm doing it here, if I just go to save next, it'll do spawn whip pose 3, spawn or pose 2_1_2_3, whatever. So it's a nice way if you're going to do a lot of versions of your guy and you don't want to mess up whatever you're working on. This is a nice way to do it. Oh, no worries, Dan. All right, so let's get the reference back. I kind of have the pose. It's based off of this kind of Dark Knight type of pose, Dark Knight Returns. But what just happened? But I have a lot of reference here, so I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do. There's so many cool versions of him, but I like it. Like this classic is the one that I remember actually owning this dude when the figures first came out, and thinking how, McFarlane Toys had changed the game, really. So usually when I'm sculpting anatomy and fixing anatomy, I turn off my color so I can see what I'm doing. I can see here that, I got things to fix, a lot of stuff to fix. But this dude is going to be a kind of a, rather than my normal super realistic kind of stuff, it's going to be more like this guy, because I want to print him out as well and paint him. He does have another, by the way, if you're just tuning in. I use magnets, so I'm all happy with myself. But yeah, I just finished painting this guy. Oh, gee. Just finished painting this guy, and so So anyway, I want to paint the spawn and print them out, have it as a companion piece. I got a loop cage that I need to finish as well. So yeah. Oh, the Chica banana. Thank you. In the question. All right, cool. All right, so yeah, now at this point, what I would do probably is I would move the spawn reference and open up my bodybuilder reference. Really? Okay, I would find my bodybuilder reference. Move this over here and come over here. Just bear with me for a second, guys. Dot. Ref. I have a lot of reference. Why? Sure. So now I got some reference for the dude. Make sure my muscles are right. This is another thing. Somebody was asking me earlier about how, good ways to sculpt good anatomy. And really, I've built a reference board. I have a ton of them, but like, I've got a lot of reference here that I go to for different types of body, body masses, and so anyway, that's what I use to kind of figure it out. And it really helps to have the low res, like low subdivision version of your person that you can just push around the points and stuff until you get it right. And how you doing today? Printers you use to print them out? Yeah, sure. So behind me, I have a few printers, right? So I have this one is a Anycubic Photon Mono X. These are the resins up top. The one next to it is the Anycubic. Oh man, what's it called? The Photon D2. Which is it's like a super high res printer, smaller build plate though, so I can only do smaller pieces and kind of put them together. Then I have Wash and Cure, the XL, and smaller Wash and Cure next to that. And underneath of it, under the Captain America shield back there, is my that is a filament printer, and that is an Ender 5. Yeah. So the Ender 5 is what I use to print my Hulk. And my Hulk is huge. If you haven't seen it, go to my art station. My son, who is tall as I am now, is holding it, and it's like a third of the size of his body. So it's really, really big. It's like 24 inches. So yeah. That's that. Those are my printers. You have the Ender 3. Nice. Okay. Rich is on. Thank you. Nice reference pack. Yeah. That's a lot of collecting right there. I don't want a lac stick. Standard. There it is right there. And I want to turn down this some. Yeah, so I usually, if you're new to my streams, I like to break symmetry pretty early. And and that is why I did. That's why I did that. Talking to Louis about it last week when I did the demo for Subsurface using Redshift. So at this point, it's just kind of moving things around until I'm happy with them. But I do 4, 5, 6. What time I got? 4, 5, 6. Oh, dude. Okay. I guess that's my time, you guys. So listen, if you enjoyed it, thank you so much, first of all, for joining me and Bradley. If you enjoyed what you see, please, please, please come join us at the Stylist League. And let's see, I'll just put this here, youtube.com/Stylist League, where we will be thank you where we will be continuing to work on Spawn for the rest of the month. We have more giveaways. Actually, we're announcing a new giveaway from our partners over at Intel, and you guys can find out how you can be eligible for that. We just gave away a laptop. We have a Discord for our community. And I'm going to try to get Bradley in as much as I can, because I really like the idea of having him in here with me, so I don't miss anybody's question, and also just so you can kind of see how we roll over on our channel. I think that, you know, as a community, we all kind of rely on each other, and it's a good place to be. Right? So that being said, everybody have a fantastic weekend. Hopefully, I'll see you tomorrow. And if not, I will definitely see you next time I come on with Pixel and Maxon. All right, take care, everybody. Bye.